This is a typewriter that I bought recently. It is a second-hand typewriter, like any other in the market. And to be exact, it is a Royal 260. It is made in Japan, and it's probably made around 60s to 70s. And when I bought it, it came with a problem. I was unable to move the carriage when I type a character. It is not moving the carriage. And the movement made possible by using a spring. And when you move it to the right, you basically load the spring. And when you press a key, you unwind the spring. When I opened the box, I discovered that there is a string loose in place. And I want to show you how I fix the string. Fun fact about this particular model is it's got a radio in it, to be amazed. It should have a speaker around here, and it's supposed to have some knobs here, but when I got it, it does not have it. I learned it on the internet. Let's open it by pressing the two buttons here. It unlocks it, and then you can take it out. First of all, we're gonna need a wire. I will use just a standard copper electrical wire, and you will need a fishing line, the white, or transparent ones. Those are pretty solid, but you need to make sure you get the rigid one, not the flexible one. And here is the old wire that I mentioned. And first we need to get it out. And the wheel itself contains a spring inside of it. And when the wheel is loose, the spring is also in loose position. And the spring takes lots of space. And that makes the spring to expand. So it starts to squeeze the string we attached there. So in order to get the string out, you may need to apply pressure on top of the hole so you can take the knot out of it. And here I cut the fishing line by using the exact length of the old wire. After cutting the wire for the connection to the wheel, you need to make a knot. This is going to be a stop or end knot. You just create a loop and take the end of the wire out of it. You then repeat the same thing for the other end of the wire. When your cables are ready, you need to go to the most right position of your carriage, and you will see a hinge that you can attach your nut. And I did that. Now what's left is the other end of the line, and we're gonna attach the nut into the spring wheel. I highly suggest you to use a glove when you start to wind the wheel, because the wind starts to get easy to slip when it's like after third or the fourth round. And we position the hole by turning it against the other direction. And after we are sure with the position, we start to wind the spring. It's usually suggested to do 4 or 5 turns, and I did 6 turns to make sure it is proper and pretty tight. And the hardest part begins. Sorry that I blocked the view because it required your full attention when you do that. You need to hold the wheel. While holding it, you need to put the end of the line into the hole and make sure it's in place and locked. When you leave your hand, if the wire stays still, you did a great job. And let me show you the mechanism that rings the bell. This is the thing that rings the bell, and this is the bell. This is what it's do. It goes to the light, and when you leave it, it does this funny sound. And luckily our cable, the string, is blocking the view. So let me pull it to the left, and let me cut the end of it so it's not gonna block the path. So let's continue. Yeah, getting there. Okay, this is the it's still blocking it. No, it should not. The tension of the... Oh, okay, that's my bad, I guess. I need to... No. Let me try it again. Okay, it starts to get pulled. Nice. But it's not fast enough and... Let me cut the rope string line, whatever, a bit more. Okay, now if we to the right, I am hitting space. Okay, we can see the ring, we can see the mechanism getting pulled. Yeah. Much better. We both fix the carriage and the bell. And here is the moment most of the people love to see, is seeing this typewriter work. So I have a paper here, and I will load it. Let me show you how to load the paper as well. So you get your A4 paper. You can use smaller ones as well, but you can't use the bigger ones. So this is the place where we put the paper in, and these are the margins that the typewriter cannot move to the left or the right of this. And we have a small lever there that unlocks it, so I can put my paper. Okay, you push it a bit until you can't push it, and then you lock the lever again, and using the knobs on the left and right you can move the paper. And let's take the ruler out. Now we have the paper in. I move it a bit and put the ruler down. Okay, now let's move it to the right. And we can start typing. Let's type. Hello. World. This thing on the left side of the carriage is moving the paper with the line number we set. It's currently 1. 1 is too small. I prefer 2. It's much better. And you hardly push it. It moves the paper to the right, the left side as well, and it go to the next line, and we can type again. Let's type typewriter. Type Since this is a Turkish keyboard, it's pretty hard to type English stuff. Right. Okay. Yeah, and we can move it up to see the end result.